Apartment what?
5201. Greetings.
Apartment what?
5201. It's the ELO show, Ola Omi, Akalatunde. I'm coming to you today because I wanted to make sure, for those of you who were not clear on what the consultations that I offer include, I wanted to make sure that everyone had an understanding of what those things are and how they could be useful for you. So the first type of consultation that I do, the one that I've been doing for the longest, I refer to as doshun. In the Yoruba language, the readings that are done through the Ifa oracle are called a Difa or a Dafa, which means to consult Ifa, or to consult Ifa is what both of those mean actually. And so because I do not divine with that oracle, then I do not call what I do a Difa or a Dafa, because I don't divine with the Ifa oracle. The oracle that I divine with in the Yoruba language is called Merindi Logun. And the deity that I divine through is Oshun. So when I do a divination for someone or a spiritual consultation for someone, then the term that I use is Doshun, to consult Oshun. So what a Doshun entails is a consultation or an opportunity to consult with, to speak with, to gain knowledge from, to gain insight from the oldest possible ancestors that you can speak to, the oldest possible ancestors that you can commune with. Through this process, it's not a process of channeling, it's not an intuitive reading, it is not that type of reading, it is a precise science. And what happens is using natural objects and your own ori, which is your own highest self. So the ori of the client is what is accessed, the highest self of the client. So accessing your ori, then I use natural objects to determine which sacred oral historical memory of the Yoruba people is applicable to your life and your situation. And then I share the itan, or the stories, and the incantations, the iwure, the prayers, all of the information of that sacred memory with the client. And that memory is referred to in the traditional language of the Anago people, or the Yoruba people, as an odu, as a womb, as a house, as a home, holding all of these activities. So that is what that entails. And that sounds like a lot, but once one is done for you, then you understand how that's important. Because basically it's saying that everything that's happening to you now has happened to someone else before. And this is the way that they handled it. And they haven't always handled it positively. But if you find that they've handled it negatively, then it's letting you know what not to do. This will also let you know any prescriptions that you need, meaning anything that you should be eating at this time, anything that you shouldn't be eating at this time, the type of company you should be keeping at this time, type of company you should not be keeping at this time, the mindset that you should have at this time, and the mindset that would not be good for you to have at this time. It will also reveal to you what your lifelong taboos are, because we have lifelong taboos. We have things that we should never eat in this lifetime, colors that we should never wear, types of events and types of people that we should never be around and never participate in this lifetime. So Edoshun reveals to you what these lifetime taboos are. It will also make it clear to you who the Orisha are that are prominent in your personality for this particular incarnation. So there's one that is at the forefront of your personality. In general, those of us in the tradition refer to this as the Orisha that rules your head. And the Orisha are the forces of nature, the divine energies that come together to create the physical realm. And they are part of the spiritual realm. They come together to create the physical realm as we experience it. So it reveals to you which Orisha is at the forefront of your personality. When you know which Orisha is at the forefront of your personality, then you know what your sacred colors are, what your sacred numbers are, what your sacred metals are, what foods are good for you. It will give you some insight into what type of profession you should be going into. It'll give you relationship insight. Knowing which Orisha is at the forefront of your personality actually gives you a higher amount of insight into your life, this lifetime. And so it opens up doors in your Ori, in your mind, so that you then be able to live this life more abundantly and live this life with more sweetness and with more ecstasy, which is, of course, what we're all seeking. So this will reveal which Orisha is at the forefront of your personality. In addition to that, you will receive the name that your spirit is to be called. And you can choose to take this as the name that you use on a regular basis, or you can choose to keep this just as a name that you use in certain circles, but that's up to you. But you will be given the name that your Orisha wants you to be called, the name that they refer to you as. And remember that a name, oh goodness gracious, is what we call Oruko in the Anago language. So a name is a way of calling forth certain energies in a thing. And to name a thing is to make that thing manifest from an African perspective. To know the name of something is to know the complete and total essence of that thing. So to be able to speak something is to call that forth totally and completely into existence. So knowing your proper name, knowing your Oruko, is of the utmost importance in fulfilling your destiny. Okay, go ahead. Sit down. Don't try to stand up, okay? And make sure that you knock if the door is closed. After receiving your personal Odu for this lifetime, after receiving your name, your Oruko, after receiving all of the taboos, your lifetime taboos that you should have, then you have the opportunity to ask specific questions. Anything that you want answered, you can ask Oshun and get her word on it and get her advice on it and see what it is that she feels is best for you in this particular situation. So that is what the spiritual consultations entail. That is how they work. I can do them face to face if you are in the Atlanta area, or if you're going to be in the Atlanta area, or if I've traveled to Tennessee. And if you're going to be in the Nashville area, we can always do those face to face. I can do them via email if you're not anywhere close to me, and I can do them over the phone. So, whichever way is most comfortable for you, then that is how that can be done. The price for this particular consultation is $50, and that can be paid on my website, www.oshetorainstitute.com. And in general, from our ancestors' perspective, everyone should get a reading, a doshun or a difa, if someone is using the Ifa oracle, through every 3 months. Each reading is good for a 3-month time period. If this is your first consultation, then this will be the consultation that deals with your life path, with your life destiny. But if any consultation that you have after that, you're going to get it every 3 months so that you can see, okay, where am I now? The consultation also lets you know, this is one thing I neglected to mention, whether you are in Ire or Osabo. Ire is that state in life when everything is smooth sailing and there are no obstacles to us fulfilling our destiny. Osabo is that state in life where there's a bit of confusion, or there may be a bit of wahala, or what we call, negativity, confusion, going on, some obstacles, some blockages is the word I'm looking for. Osabo is the term that means there's some blockages in your path, blockages to you fulfilling your destiny. But the wonderful thing about the traditions of our ancestors is that they never reveal these blockages without then giving you the means to remove them. or letting you know how to go around them or how to go over them or how to go through them. Our ancestors never reveal a blockage without a way to deal with that blockage, because some blockages are necessary. Some blockages are supposed to be there to help to mold your spirit into what it needs to be to fulfill this destiny. So if that's the case, that will be revealed as well. It is best before any major undertaking in your life that you consult with the oracle. It is best, before moving or before entering into a serious relationship, before deciding to have children, before taking a position of great importance, that you consult and that you ask and see, is this in the best interest of my destiny? Because that is the purpose of the consultation, is to push your spirit in this lifetime towards the fulfillment of that destiny that you chose for this particular lifetime. That is the ultimate purpose of the consultation. So I wanted to make that clear so that everyone would have an idea of what that is, because if you don't practice the tradition, then if I'm saying I offer spiritual consultations, it may not be clear to you what that entails. And I've been doing this for 20 years. So I know that a lot of you who are watching the video have had consultations done with me. So I would love if you would comment on this particular video, so those who haven't had them done can, also have other questions asked that I may not have thought of. Because once you've been doing this for a while and it becomes kind of second nature to you, then you're not going to always be able to think of what questions someone may have who is very, very new to it. So I may have missed some things. So if I've missed some things, please, those of you who have had consultations done, please jump in and cover those bases for me. So I'm going to do two more, because there's two other types of consultations that I do. And just to let people know what those are about. But that is the end of this one. This is the spiritual consultation. It is referred to as the oshun on my website. And the website is, again, www.oshun OSHETURA institute.com. And you can go and purchase one of those and also get some more information. And my books are available there as well. All right. Peace. I'm going to do two more, and I think that'll be all of my videos for today. I don't think I'll have any more in my mind after that. All right.